Well, hello everybody, Derby Jack here. If any of you are dealing with taxes in the situation that I am, if there's something you can tell me, I'd appreciate any information right now because what's happening is I went to H&R Block earlier, and I should have. They told me I could come in at 11. I come in at 11. There was no guys there, and they said I have to make an appointment tomorrow. So I made an appointment again tomorrow. But I talked to the woman there, and she went through. She got my information and get it down. So I have an appointment tomorrow with one of the tax guys there. But what I understand is the way it looks is that they may end up penalizing me for something that I shouldn't be penalized for. Apparently, I found out I was on 2023. I had been on. I didn't even know I was, but apparently I was. I never had any cards sent to me, nothing. I didn't know. I talked with the people, but I never actually got on it as far as I was concerned when I was getting information about what was the best, because I was trying to figure out what do I need, because I can't afford to pay for health insurance. So they said the best was in better. I went through them, but apparently they wanted to charge me when they said it wasn't going to be charged, and I got mad and got off them, but I came back on again. What I'm trying to say is that it seems like they're going to possibly try to penalize me. All the money is about $1,400. I mean, if I was a rich person, I wouldn't give it, take the money, you know. See, I've gotten screwed over by the IRS already. I've told this story before, but make it long story short. I worked at the Union Mission, had about $500 at the time tax comeback, $500 tax check, right? It was in my, I was going to take it after I got done work and go put it in the bank. So I ended up having it there after I got into work, ended up doing my counseling, doing whatever I needed to do, doing my job, and I had talked to somebody to get him into the program because I was one of the counselors there. And the thing of it was that I had to go talk to somebody down the hall, and the guy, and I come back and the guy's gone. My Bible's gone, and the check that was in there was gone. So I reported it, like I was supposed to, and they replaced it. So a couple weeks later, I get another check. I go and I put it in the bank, blah, blah, this and that. A couple months later, they're sending me all this information from the IRS saying that I owe them money. Where did I cash the first check? Blah, blah, this and that. I'm like, I can vouch for the second check. I vouched for the second check. I didn't have the first. The check was supposedly cash somewhere in Indiana, and I'm here in Tennessee. So what am I, so what they did was for 10 years, during that time, they kept taking about $200 to $300 out of my income tax. So in 10 years, they finally stopped. It was what, in 2021? 2020 was when they stopped it. 2020, almost 21. And they stopped taking money out of my income. Now this stuff comes up. And I wasn't able to fight him. I wasn't able to get in touch with a lawyer. I talked to him. You can't fight you don't have the money to fight the IRS. So I wasn't. So the IRS throughout all my life seems to have screwed the hell out of me, and there ain't nothing I can do about it. So tomorrow I'm hoping. So, and saying that, y'all know the state of my life right now. I'm in a state of everything's getting ready to unravel, and all I can say is that pray for me. I've asked before if anybody can help me with some finances. I'd appreciate it. If you can't, hey man, cool and fine. I depend on God, and if people, and I want people to only give if they're moved by the Holy Spirit to do, and pray for it first. If God moves you to do it, then listen to God. If God doesn't move you to do it, then listen to God. Then at least give me a prayer, because what I'm needing right now is prayer. Because I'm on a cusp right now. I don't know what to do. I've got to the end of the month to figure out what to do, because I right now, I mean, I'm hurting physically also. I've been out and about. I'm not used to, I'm telling you, I don't stay on my feet long. I after about an hour of being on my feet, I can't deal with it a lot. It's like my lower back is messed up so much. It's like I have to end up, so everything right now, plus my eyes, I'm finding it even during the day getting a lot harder to drive. I don't know. So if anybody has had this problem with the damn insurance and taxes, if there's something you can tell me, please email me. Uh, let me know. I mean, email me. Get your phone number or something. Talk to somebody about this. I don't know. I'm not getting the professionals, supposedly experts. I'm not getting anything. So I'm gonna hopefully tomorrow this will work out. I hope, and then figure out how they're gonna want their money. I gotta pay them through the income tax that comes in. That's if it comes in. You see, it's like everything is working. Satan loves to mess with people. He loves to screw your life over. He loves getting in there and putting his hand up your rump and just digging in deeper and deeper and higher. You know what I'm saying? That's what Satan does. So, in saying all that, probably what's going to happen during the time of this eclipse is when all crap is going to break loose. America's been next on the line, okay? All the other countries, Australia, you got Butthead up there in Canada. I don't know why they haven't hung his ass yet. I mean, that guy, it's a wonder they haven't broke into the parliament up there and just took him out and dragged him in the streets. I don't understand why they haven't yet. He's actually worse than Pervy Joe. To him, his country is disgusting to him. All the people are disgusting to him. You can tell by his little attitude. Pervy Joe, all he wants to do is find a little girl or a little boy or a woman to sniff, somebody's wife to sniff and grope. So that's, so we got idiots everywhere. But I'm going to tell you right now, man, it's like things are going to get worse. I mean, there is no way for the world to continue. There's too many dimwits. I watched earlier before I left today. Did anybody remember, it's on here, you can find it. Does anybody remember The Day After Tomorrow back in the 1980s? And it was where Russia was supposed to be, Russia and all these other places. So Russia ends up bombing us and we end up bombing them and the whole place is like destroyed. I mean, it was the most melancholy. I remember the movie, but I didn't remember how sad it was until I watched it. And I'm telling you right now, and here was the ironic part that I never remembered back then, and knowing what we know now about destruction and how they destroy things. All the governments destroy their people and destroy their countries and stuff. So here's what, at the end, it was written there, I'm paraphrasing, but it says that the horrific damage that was portrayed in this movie would not be the extent of damage in a real life situation. They made it look pretty damning. But here's the thing, for them to say that, any destruction in that mass, everything that movie showed, parts of the pictures were actual war videos and things like that. But when you look at the pictures of today of what's going on when we had the war in Iraq and Afghanistan and then Turkey and all these other places, look at what they did, the destroying places. I mean, so yeah, it can get that bad. That's what got me. Now that I'm thinking back at that time, they made that movie for 1980s talking about the possibility of the destruction of the world or bombs and stuff. And of course they had, the voice was President, not Kennedy, it was Reagan. And he's on the radio. They finally get the radios tuned in because people are walking out in Nash, eating candy bars with the wrappers on. People are just dying and all kinds of radiation in their faces. For the times, they didn't have to have a whole lot of what they do today with all the AI and all the digital crap, right? They did a pretty bang up job in what they did with that movie. But to sit there and think that it can't get that bad, it ain't. Here's the thing: it ain't nuclear; it's hydrogen. Because if that was the case, the only nuclear was a meltdown, okay, of Chernobyl, right? Then you're thinking of the meltdowns of the power plants. They can cause radiation. But apparently, there's never been a bomb that went off, a nuclear bomb, because why would you drop a nuclear bomb on a nation that you want to take over if it leaves radiation to where you're not going to be able to move into it? Look at Chernobyl. They can't do anything there. It's just there. They got buildings falling apart. You can't stay there for a long period of time because nothing grows here. It's that, or the things that do live have two heads or four eyes or whatever. But what I'm saying is that that's why there will never be nuclear, because you're not going to be able to live on the planet if it's nuclear. What it'll be is hydrogen. Hydrogen bombs do that. They blow this way and then blow back out that way. It's like vroom, vroom. So no, don't. It's not. I don't know, people. To me, everything's going to get bad, but I don't know if they're going to blow off bombs, because they're going to want to. The whole point of it is they want to control the Earth. They want to control the whole land masses, okay, on our plane. They want to control everything. They want to be the actual gods of this place, right? The thing of it is that people aren't paying attention to what they want. They're thinking, see, everybody talks about, well, why? And it was a thing in the movie that I remember they were sitting there saying, well, it's starting out and say, well, why would they want to bomb? And then that means that who started the war in the first place? Or who's going to start the war? Who's going to be? And here's the thing: people are sitting there saying the right thing. They ain't going to let. Matter of fact, it seems like people in the '80s were a hell of a lot more intelligent than people now, because in the movie they were asking the questions that people don't want to ask. Well, if the countries, if Russia's in the movie, Russia was just as bad. The war was over after the bombs went off. The war was so Russia did their little. Russia said, no more. They ceased fire because they're in the same predicament as we are, right, in the movie. It just seems to me that people back then were asking the question. Well, after it was done, well, who started the war? And somebody came out and said, nobody's going to know that. They ain't going to let nobody know who started the war. As I said, it seems like a couple generations ago, human beings were a little bit more intelligent than they are now. Human beings would think about those things. Now, I don't know, maybe we ought to go into a bunker. I mean, it's like they wouldn't know what to do. They wouldn't know they wouldn't know who to blame. Or what they would do, they probably would blame. Oh, it was Russia. And then Russia, oh, it was the Americans, so what was it somebody said one time? Somebody famous. I don't know if it was Benjamin Franklin or somebody says that, or I don't know, some famous person had said that one time years ago that they don't know what World War III would look like or how it would be fought. But after World War III, World War IV would be sticks and stones. Something to think about. So you destroy the world, and you're left with what? Here's the thing. They want us to believe in evolution, that we came from cavemen. We came from monkeys. But if they do what they're going to do, and they do have their hydrogen wars or their so-called nuclear, and they destroy everything, and we'll be back to something we never were. Like I always call de-evolution. I don't believe in evolution, but I'm beginning to believe in de-evolution. We will become the Neanderthals that never were. That means that everything that mankind was will turn into being a monkey again, a nothing. So that's what they want you to believe. Even to the destruction of mankind, they want you to believe that. That's what I said. They can get you to believe that. Why would you believe in God? They get you to believe in evolution. They get you to believe that, you have your own life and your own power and you can do whatever you want and go into space. Why do you need God? We can make our own DNA and we can make our own immunity system. We can do whatever we want. Why do you need God? We can make bombs and destroy the world. We don't need God to destroy the world at the end times. We can do it on our own. Yeah. Yep, mankind, you can do it on your own. I have a song. Mankind got up and left God on his own, right? To be the biggest basket cases in the universe. Humanity. Worthless. Once had potential. Once was honorable. That's all gone. Once were protected by God, that's all gone. God turned away, or they turned away from him. And the world is going into pot, right? The world's going pot, and world's going into pot, and world's going into hell. World's looking like hell. Experts give an award to the experts for destroying the world. Give an award to Anthony Fauci. Give an award to old Bill Gates. Give an award to him. How about an award for total destruction of humanity and anything logical? Klaus Schwab. If we're going to give out awards, let's have an award show for ignorance. Let's have an award show for arrogance. Let's have an award show for failures. Let's have an award show for sinful idiots. Let's have an award show and give the greatest award to the most pitiful people in power. Oh yeah, Pervy Joe got Biden. We'll give an award to the greatest actor there is, Donald Trump. Yeah. Everybody wants an award. So let's give them an award. The award should look like a big giant ass. That's what the award should look like. A big giant ass. There you go. Put it in gold. I think we ought to have an award show for assholes. I think an award show should be for all the leaders, all the failures that they are, all the things that they lie about. I think we also ought to have an award show for all the lying talking heads on news. They should get awards for the biggest mouths of lies. And what news organization does better line photography and all this other stuff and fake images and stuff like that? We need to find out so we can give them the awards for being the biggest assholes on the face of the earth. All the corporations. Tyson, the CEO of Tyson, he ought to get an asshole award. Why? Because he's closing down factories and putting people out of work because he wants to start processing bugs. There's an asshole. He needs an award. There you go. So, all you people at the pharmacy, all the pharmacy companies, you all need an award. And we call it the Elite Asshole Award show. That's what we ought to have. We ought to have a yearly Elite Asshole Award show for all the elite assholes in the world, trying to control everything and destroying everything, plus genociding and killing people and destroying their property and having a good old time. Oh yeah, the military complex of America, they ought to have a big giant ass with a gun coming out of the crack. That would be the award. Yep. The biggest military assholes there are. That's right. So anyway, in saying all that, Derby Jack might disappear. If I disappear, you know they got me. Okay? If you end up not hearing from me in the next couple months or weeks, after this month is over, if I end up disappearing, you're gonna know why. So, and I'm to a point right now. I don't care. I don't care. I'm past caring. I just don't. It's not worth it anymore. I don't care about this world anymore. And I kind of wish there was a nuclear bomb. Because I personally think that God is taking too long. Forgive me, God, but I think it's about time you do your thing, I'd like to see you put your cape on and get down here and finish this up. If we're in a little season, let's make it a little season. Let's make it a lot shorter. So God, forgive me, but I think you need to speed up things. I'm ready to go. I know a lot of people out here are ready to go because we're sick. We're sick of this. It's sickening. I mean, the world smells, the world looks like crap. I'm getting to a point, I'm almost hoping to go blind because I'm getting tired of seeing all this. So, yeah. Derby ain't fun anymore. Derby talks very, anyway. So anyway, people, that's what's going on in my world. And I don't know. So anyway, keep everybody in prayer. Keep the people in harm's way in prayer. Keep the people, if they die saved. And just keep people in prayer. Keep me in prayer. Because I'm to a point right now, I'm at a loss. I don't know what to do anymore. So the only thing I have is prayer. So everything that I've been trying to do it's not working. It's just, I can't, it's like everything keeps working against me. And it's like, I'm praying, I'm doing all the right things that I'm supposed to be doing, and I think what it is I'm being tempted by Satan to lose my mind and tested by God to see how much of the mind that I still have. So, in saying all that, I love you all. I don't know for sure. Maybe I'll later on record a song. Been working on something, but I don't feel very musical lately. And but anyway, I love you all. Derby Jack out, and I'll see you all on the other side.